has been very calm at the crease, and there's a process behind this knock, and the process is to get the shots going and be positive.
ये वैसा होगा या नहीं होगा, सामना करेंगे साउथ शोकी.
To the onside were a delight to watch. For someone who's generally sedate at the crease, I don't know how many of his innings have you watched, guys, but he takes his time and he grinds the opposition out completely.
Don't worry, Rambo, I am able to support you. I am able to back up what you're saying, having watched him bat and seen him as an accumulator of runs rather than a player who goes crash, bang, wallop. And I know you might be worried about first innings when you turned up and you said he's an accumulator, and this is kind of more what he does. See, compact at the crease and will only take what has been given. Puts a price on his wicket, and the way he's played Patterson has been really good. Get there early, make sure he's still set up and steady and still, and not looking to attack per se. Just trying to negate that C movement, that swing, and it's made it difficult for Patterson.
The other thing that he does so well, he plays the ball late. He doesn't really go hard at the ball like a typical subcontinent batsman would do and get into trouble on surfaces such as this one here. And he's created his own length, and he's not really rushed into anything in this innings. So even when he's jumped out of the crease, he's not really gone hard at the ball.
Yeah, there's his wagon wheel. Shot. Oh, yes. That is beautiful. Effective as well. It's away to the boundary for 4. They're trying to accumulate here. And he's doing a great job, Saad Shakeel.
Yeah, waiting for the perfect delivery. Over pitch from Dane Patterson. But what a strike. This is straight up the ground. Technique perfect. Remember, you've been talking about how good his balance is. There's a perfect example of that. Head so still and hitting through the line of the ball. It has been an absolute treat to watch.
Yeah, that's the change of gear I was talking about, and you see him do that now, and that's tapped for a run.
When you think of Dane Patterson and his success here in this game, in the game before as well, when South Africa were playing against Sri Lanka, what he is good at and what he has done so well across the 600 wickets he's taken in first-class cricket is that he's just been able to operate at a certain length and a line where if you lose patience, you'll nick it off, and if the wicket's a bit quicker, he'll take your feet away with a bouncer. Whether it's quick or not, that's just to kind of put it in your head. And what's happened here is that that length has been taken away by the way Saad Shakeel has played. So rather than just operating on a particular length, that shot that goes over the top is a classic example. You see the replay from the stump cam, and you see how far forward he is. And so he's just trying to hit a length and missing it because it's no longer that natural length where he's getting players playing forward. It's now turned into a half volley. See how far he is out his crease? He thinks I'll just hit close up there, get you play forward, bang over the top. .220 for 8.
A lot of conversation, a lot of advice. Partnership of 11. Every run will mean a great deal for Pakistan from here till the end of the innings. Lead by 130.
Pakistan would desperately love for the 2 wickets that remain, the 2 partnerships Nicely played. Looking for the boundary, the flourish in the shot. Is trying to get it away. So early in the piece with the field leg side set on the boundary, he'll try and whack it.
So what happens in such a scenario, or what may happen, is that you can lose a bit of clarity because you become a little desperate to score that boundary, but that clarity must be intact. He's got to remain engaged with his partner and then not do something which he hasn't done so far in this innings, because this innings quality is that he's been so clear in what he wants to do.
And you understand the quandary is in, because 130 as a lead is one which the change room will feel that's not enough. And they would like for him to stay at the crease because he's dealt well with these bowlers and he's batted beautifully. However, you don't really want to be giving away runs or turning them down because they're at a premium. In a game that's nip and tuck, you're talking 160, 170 being pretty good. Just short of think.
Yes, Tristan Stubbs at gully. Potentially hitting him on thumb. It's always a difficult one when the ball lands just before you're that awkward length. When you're right, that catching region, it does come quite quickly. Let's take a look at potentially could see where it's hit him. Yeah, see, that's a very, very awkward one for a slipper when it lands in that type of region. He's done well. There's the disappointment that it didn't carry. One happy and one relieved, I think.
Change in field. One slip and gully and a deepish mid-wicket to protect the boundary.
He's going for them. Anything on the pads will have to go, and I think the idea is right, because that's been his strong area. He should be looking for a bouncer. I think the last two deliveries, one of the two will have to be a short ball. The field is well set for that length.
Or both. What must remain for South Africa is the wicket-taking intent. A positive intent in trying to attack him, even though he's the man to try and get the runs. What a shot that is. Absolutely magnificent. Just plants him on the embankment. Fabulous for 6.
It's absolutely effortless from South. He got the line that we were mentioning, looking to hit it over the deep leg side. Look at that flourish of the bat, the flick of the wrist, that's all it was. And didn't look to overhit it, and it still went a mile.
Yeah, I mean, in his area, in his zone, a poor fellow in no position to take that catch. If you know what I mean.
Nicely played. Easily enough across for a single. 227 for 8.
Yeah, with the SO20 coming up, you're going to have to put better efforts in than that, sir. But again, just a flick of the wrist. And not the biggest of men, and generates a lot of power. Using the pace of Marco Jansen, but my goodness. Absolutely flew off the bat. Back to the drawing board for you, sir. Maybe put some shoes on first next time.
Time out for concussion, maybe.
When you made the points in the previous over that you still need to have that mentality of looking to take wickets. The chances will come when South's playing attacking, but I think Pakistan fell into that. Well, Marco Jansen's got no interest in catching that ball that was thrown to him. But the intent still has to be of taking the wickets, and I thought Pakistan fell into that trap, unfortunately, in the first innings, where Qubman Bosch spread the field and tried to protect the boundary. Sometimes your best batters got out to good deliveries, and you've got to still protect that and keep those catches in.
He's making it ridiculously easy, Saud Shakil. And some of his mates in the dugout would be thinking, if he can do that, why couldn't we? Babar Azam to a certain degree. There is chalk and cheese between him and rest of the field. So much of time really to play the shots and so much in control. That's gone fine for 4. Precious runs. Yeah, every run is being cheered in the dugout. That was a wild one down the leg side.
You know, I was just going to say, with every run that Pakistan do score, every boundary, South Africans will know how dangerous this is starting to get now in terms of the total. Only 141, but on a wicket like this, not Dane Patterson's best delivery, but with every single boundary, every single run that gets accumulated to that lead that Pakistan now have, 141. I'll understand that when you start tightening those screws. Looks like he's having a net, Ravi's. He's standing up tall, facing a couple of throwdowns, just rotating, you know, almost getting his eye in. It's on a different pitch, this man.
Absolutely, into the 80s, 84. Yeah, just encouraging him. You're playing extremely well. Be more on the front foot. And maybe you can stand out of the crease as well. So instructions being passed. All good points.
And they've certainly served him well. For South Africa, every single time they get the 2 balls at Khurram, who's at the other end, must make use of the 2 deliveries.